Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pukekohe Park Raceway here in New Zealand for the second of two races in the doubleheader weekend for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. Getting ready for another 23 laps of action, this time under cloudy conditions. Jeff Toledo won the first race yesterday. I am joined once again by James Ellison. Vince could not make it, but thank you, James, for being here again for both races.
It's nice to be able to come back and, wow, we saw a wild one yesterday.
Indeed, we did. Now, the field has been inverse for the lead lap drivers, that being 25 cars. It looked like it was going to be a lot more at the beginning of the races. Only 3 cars DNF'd within the first 6 laps, but as time went on, more and more craziness occurred, especially on the last lap. 4 drivers that were in the top 10 wrecked out and start at the back of the field. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to your starting lineup. Casey Nanako and Zach Rogers on the front row. Zach actually finished second here back in 2017. We'll see if he has a chance to win today's event. Alex Ferranti and Nate Rogers are in row 2. LJ Toledo and Austin Colano in row 3. Charles Sanford, Johnny Gardner in row 4 with Tyler Fink and Jessica Shelton in row number 5. Jeff Toledo will start 25th. Then the lap down cars requalified. They start from 26th to 32nd, and then the DNFs 33rd on back to the rear. Looking at the point standings after that race, Jeff Toledo has climbed to the top 30 in points, and Matthew Logan has jumped up as well. That puts 15 winners in the top 30, so 15 of the 16 slots are currently filled up. Only Nate Rogers holds the only points in position, 13 points over Alexander Rowe. Johnny Gardner 7th in points, still without a win. Tyler Markle 8th, and Austin Colano 9th. As in the playoffs right now on wins, Samet Oskin, your points leader, Alex Gray, Priya McShane, Jonathan Zorlin, Seth Cole, Andrew Rich, Quinton Moore, Ace Rogers, Tyler Fink, James Shelley, Matthew Logan, Jessica Shelton, Rob Evans, Dylan Young, and Jeff Toledo. And have it be noted, Jeff Toledo, first driver to 3 wins here in 2020. The way it was going, I didn't think we'd have a 3-time winner, but here we are with a 3-time winner. That has been, it was the record at one point. 2017, we had 2 drivers win 3 races. Last year, we only had 1 driver win 3 races, that being the 84 of Tringali. Back in 2018, we saw Andrew Rich win 8 races, Deanna Jones win 5, and then Gardner was the next man up with 3 wins. So we'll see if we only have 3 races won by Jeff Toledo, if not more by him or somebody else as time goes on. We still have 18 more races to go, counting today. As far as the playoffs are concerned, after today's race, 7 races will be left before the playoffs. So James, as a Truck Series driver, you know the pressure is ramping up every week.
And the closer you get to cut to playoffs time, the more the pressure builds, and the drivers feel it. We always feel it.
Cloudy conditions. I talked about how in the first race, times were about a 1.5 seconds slower in clear conditions from this, so this could get a little crazy. As the green flag is out, let's see if there's an accident in this first section here today, as Nanako actually goes off the grass on his own. They are actually clean all the way through. That's shocking. But I'll tell you what, it won't be clean here in the hairpin. To the back of the pack we go. There it is. There's some smoke and the pileup. Rob Evans with damage again. Still more spinning.
Evans just not having a good weekend.
Andrew Rich, Rob Evans. Cole Deaver, Dylan Young down pit road. That's also the 25 of Carter Friesen got a piece of something.
Well, he's not getting back-to-back top fives.
But how did Jeff Toledo fare in all this madness? There he is. He looks pretty clean to me.
Any hope of pulling off the doubleheader sweep here is still alive for Toledo.
He's 18th at the start-finish line that time by. We saw Austin have a good race that went south at the end. He's doing pretty good. Zach Rogers, though, falling from the top of the front row. He is way back here, so he got banged around or something. He's down outside the top 10 now. But to the front of the field we go. Casey Nanako leads them. He's trying to pull away. And Nate Rogers, Charles Sanford, LJ Toledo, Austin Colano, the top 5 right now.
Ooh, that 03 got a little bit loose there.
So right now, most of the field is together in this line, down to about 18th. And the only one who's going to retire officially right now is Carter Friesen.
That stinks after the good run he had going in the race.
And LJ Toledo has a lot of hood damage already. We talked about hood damage was a big thing in the first race. It's going to be a big thing here today, too. As right now, the 83 of Nate Rogers is trying to track down the 20 of Casey Nanako. Someone's out of pit road. It's Cole Deaver.
Is that going to mess with Nanako's run?
So a lot of dicing around. Austin Colano in the top 10 right now. He was having a good race in the beginning of the first race. And then it went south and he found himself finishing closer to 20th place. But that's worked out for his starting position here in the second event. Jesse Turner racing his teammate LJ Toledo for, I believe, his 4th place, as Jessica Shelton got loose in the grass there. Battles on between Charles Sanford and Nate Rogers for 2nd. Sanford won back at Watkins Glen in 2017. Sanford would be looking for his, I believe, 3rd career win. Casey Nanako looking to be the next rookie to win his 1st race. Go ahead, James.
And Charles definitely got something he wants to prove here, because this year, I don't know all the results for him for the Cup Series this year, but he definitely needs a win the way things are looking.
Well, teammate Jessica Shelton got her 1st career win at the beginning of the season at Daytona, and Charles has yet to win this year. He did not win last year. And he's going for the lead here on Casey Nanako.
He's got the favorable line coming to this turn. Or I thought he did.
Oh, he got loose there. That's a similar thing that we saw Fitzwater do in the first race. That move that Sanford did where he got loose, that's what cost Fitzwater his win yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets turned by Jesse Turner. Oh. And Turner's in the wall, too. Turner got really aggressive, and he turned himself and Charles Sanford.
Yeah.
That is a costly mistake by Turner, who was in the top 5. And Charles Sanford, I'm sure, is not happy.
Yeah, there's going to be some problems in the garage later, that's for sure.
Now the top 3, Nanako, Nate Rogers, and 2-time defending champion Johnny Gardner, who has yet to visit victory lane here in 2020. Could today be his 1st win of the year and his 9th career win at that?
Yeah, with that incident, LJ Toledo finds himself in the top 5 again, and then it's just getting really wild.
How about the battle right now for what would be the only spot in the playoffs on points? Nate Rogers running 2nd. Austin Colano, contact with Gardner and Nate Rogers. Austin Colano is a couple spots farther down as LJ Toledo pounded the tires. I don't even know what caused that.
What happened to him?
We'll have to take a look at that after the race, but he really pounded it. I saw the impact from the corner of my eye, but talking about the whole points thing, a few drivers trying to make it in on points. Austin Colano is one of them if he doesn't get a win. But Gardner is all over the back bumper of Casey Nanako for this lead here on lap 7.
And he is not cutting this rookie any slack here.
Battle for the lead as they're side by side.
And then you got Rogers there waiting to see if anything happens. Ooh, and
Nanako's going to go wide. And it's over
oh.
for Casey Nanako. Took the corner wrong when they were 3 wide, so now it's between Gardner, Nate Rogers, and Colano. And that is a tough break for Nanako, similar to what we saw all the way back at Rockingham.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're only on, what, a lap?
Lap 8. I knew this cloudy conditions I knew was really going to be a factor. Alexander Rowe, Ryan Brommer, Tyler Markle's also out of the race. There's a lot of other incidents going on around the track.
And so that's 2 people who had really good first race runs that aren't going to be able to repeat on the second race.
Battle's still on for second between the 83 and the 21. Alex Gray's 4th, Tyler Fink 5th, Shelton 6th, Moore 7th, Ferranti 8th, Shearer 9th, and Jeff Toledo has made it up to 10th.
Yeah, they've got hood damage too, but it's not slowing them down a bit. And there goes Toledo.
Could Jeff Toledo sweep the weekend from 25th starting place? Remember, he got the pole for the first race. Relegated to 25th. Can he make the climb from 25th to win this thing? Time will tell. But right now, it's in the hands of 2-time champion Johnny Gardner as there's cars on pit road.
Yeah, Gardner's just like, I'm out of here. But we'll see how long that lasts.
There are some lap cars on the horizon. Wes McCoy, Dylan Young, Cole Deaver, Rob Evans. Peter Onjak again without a hood. Shelley's out of the race, LJ Toledo. So definitely going to have more stuff to look at from this one.
Onjak's had a rough week. Well, there's a lot of them who have.
Right now, Fink gets clipped right there, but he keeps it together. Right now, the battle's on for second. Gardner's trying to pull away, but Nate Rogers.
Very close call for Fink.
Nate Rogers and Colano battling it out for second.
And then you got these to keep fighting. That could allow.
That's just letting Johnny drive away right now.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. You get second place battles going on, and all of a sudden it's going to be an issue for them to be able to get up to whoever's in the lead.
Jeff Toledo and Kev Shearer keep fighting. They're letting the rest of the top 10 drive away from him. There's the points leader, Samet Oskin. He might be trying to keep that points lead. As Alex Gray's up here in the top 5. Gray is 23 points behind Oskin coming into this race. Now the top 3 single file once again. Opportunity maybe
Shelton
for the
80 there.
Opportunity maybe here for Nate Rogers to catch back up to Johnny Gardner.
Especially if the lap traffic ahead of Gardner becomes an issue. It's like that battle between Shelton and Fink sorted out. For now, at least.
And Gardner's got a very comfortable lead right now, but the lap traffic will play a big role in that either shrinking back down to nothing or expanding even further. 12 laps complete. Go ahead.
And whenever he catches them, it's just going to be a matter of where he catches them and where he can get by them. That's really going to determine whether or not Rogers and the rest of the field will be able to catch back up.
12 laps down, 11 to go for Johnny Gardner. Nate Rogers closing in a little bit that time. Gray in 3rd, Colano in 4th, Fink 5th. And it's once again a top 8 pack that is broken away from everybody else. And here we go.
Yeah, he's closing on the 43 and the 2. He's pretty good.
And Gardner's going to look for that first official lap car. And he can't really find a good line to get by Wes McCoy. That's going to hold him up. That could allow Nate Rogers to catch as Devers in and out of pit road again. Gardner actually gained some time that lap.
Will McCoy hold him up a ton, or will he just get the boot and be moved out of the way?
Gardner waits a little bit there, and then he'll make the move as Gray is looking for second from the 83.
And this inversion for this race has allowed some drivers like Gray to really show what they can do.
Cole Deaver at the back of the top 8 pack. Gardner's gotten by McCoy. Gray has made it into second. Looking at lap times, best lap does go to the 33. So the 98 is 5th on the board. Dylan Young's next on the lap counter. So far, no new retirees.
So far, this seems to be a bit more tame race than yesterday.
I feel like yesterday's race got crazier as time went on, and this one is getting tamer as time goes on. As Gardner will get stuck behind Dylan Young. Well, now he'll make the move as Gray makes the move on McCoy.
And he didn't waste any time on Young there. He just said, I'm out of here.
Oh, Young is still side by side with Johnny Gardner. He ain't gone yet. This is going to hold up Johnny Gardner, but Gray's getting held up by Wes McCoy. So Gardner will put Young a lap down as Gray will pass Wes McCoy there. As Jeff Toledo has caught some of those guys there at the back. Ferranti and Moore side by side for 7th.
Ooh. I thought for sure there was going to be contact between those two.
Well, so far, Jeff Toledo's really winning out. He started 25th. I thought he might get involved in a mid-pack melee, but he's made it up to the top 10, and he's looking to gain more positions. 3 wins on the season. He's guaranteed to be in the playoffs as long as he is top 30 in the points.
Oh, and he just gained 2 spots there as the 89 and the 48 went way wide.
Yes, indeed. They went really wide, and that'll move the 19 up to 7th. So Jeff Toledo
up there too.
Jeff Toledo so far gaining a lot of points here this weekend at Pukekohe.
He may not sweep the weekend, but he'll still be able to hold on to that top 30.
Now, as long as nothing crazy happens, he's looking pretty good here today.
I was trying to avoid saying that because I didn't want to curse him.
Battle continues on up front. Gardner lost a lot of his lead to the 33 of Gray. As now Gray looks to the right of Dylan Young. Can he clear the 2 faster than Gardner did? That's a big question right there. Not quite, but Gardner had a bad corner.
I was going to say that was a bit of a rough one, and Young's not letting him by yet.
So Dylan Young is not letting anyone by easy here, but there goes Alex Gray now past the 2 car as Gardner lost another 3/10. 6 laps to go there at the start-finish line.
If I'm reading the win list correct for this year, Gray's looking for win number 2 on the season here.
That's correct. Gray winning all the way back at Denver. Looking for win number 2. He's been pretty consistent this season. Top 4 breakaway now. Gardner, Gray, Nate Rogers, Colano. Gardner and Nate Rogers looking for wins number 1. Oh, Wes McCoy has been turned by Jessica Shelton.
And that's really messed her up, too.
She's coming down pit road. Her top 10 day is over. So a bad day for the S3 Motorsports cars. That'll move Jeff Toledo up to 6th place.
Yeah, he's still got to negotiate past Young.
Well, it's a long ways up to Tyler Fink and then the top 4. And there's just not enough time left unless these guys wreck each other. But Johnny Gardner is under fire once again here in the late going. from Alex Gray. Down into the hairpin. When they come to the start-finish line, it's 4 to go. He gets the push from Alex Gray, and he gets turned into the wall. Gardner turned out of the lead.
Man.
Alex Gray to the point, and a good day gone awful wrong for Johnny Gardner. Unbelievable. That'll put Jeff Toledo into 5th.
Things are just playing into Toledo's favor right now.
Alex Gray looking to maybe get win number 2, or will one of the drivers behind them get their first win of the year? Tyler Fink would be looking for win number 2 as well. He won back at Rockingham. Man, I think just Gray just bumped him too much and Gardner couldn't control it. Gardner came back across and just hooked himself into the wall there. That's just very unfortunate racing deal right there.
I'd say we could probably analyze that later and just see for sure exactly what it could have been. But yeah, it did look like a little bit of over-aggressiveness there or something along those lines.
Colano trying to challenge Nate Rogers. That's going to give Gray some space here at 3 to go.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing room is what Gray needs, but it's not going to happen for long because here comes Rod.
Jeff Toledo has gotten by Dylan Young. Samet Oskin now 6th, Quinton Moore 7th, Ferrani 8th, Matthew Logan is 9th, and Kev Shear rounds out the top 10. As Rob Evans is in the distance, as is Peter Onjak. Now, could we still have lap traffic playing a role here today?
Yeah, it's hard telling. It looks like it's not going to be the case for Onjak, but we might catch Evans.
Ooh.
They might do it before.
Nate Rogers had a good hairpin corner. Closing up on Alex Gray.
Ooh, yeah.
2
Rogers
laps
is
to
desperate
go.
for that win.
2 laps to go at the start-finish line. Nate Rogers won twice in 2019. He's yet to win in 2020. Even his teammate Nico Tringali has yet to win. He's all over the bumper of Alex Gray.
This could get dicey here.
It's just the 33 and the 83. Down into the hairpin, second to last time. Does Nate Rogers make a move here? He's close. He's close. Colano in 3rd, Fink in 4th. It's got to be one of these 4. Do they catch Rob Evans? That's another question.
They're catching him faster than I thought, but I don't know. They might catch him by the checkered. We'll see as the white flag's in the air.
White flag one more time. Do we see another multi-race winner today, or will someone get that first win of 2020? Gray in the lead. Nate Rogers 2nd. Gray with a decent corner right there at the exit. Nate Rogers trying to make something happen. Is he close enough?
He's desperate, that's for sure.
Does Rob Evans play a factor? I don't think the 65 will.
Unless he has a problem of his own, which...
Ooh, little different kind of angles there. Gray's going to get a good corner exit off the hairpin. Through the final corners. Someone wrecked there. But it doesn't matter.
Rogers is on him.
Oh, Gray checks up. There's something going on here with Jose Mills, but Gray will dice through for the win.
Wow.
Something happened with Jose Mills, and he was in the middle of the track. If Gray had checked up the wrong way, Nate Rogers could have won that race, but it's Alex Gray for the 2nd time in 2020.
And what a nice job he did.
A controversial win, to say the least, for Alex Gray. Nate Rogers 2nd, Colano 3rd, Fink 4th. Jeff Toledo, what a weekend for him. A win yesterday and a 5th place finish today will really help him in the point standings. Samet Oskin 6th, Ferranti 7th, Matthew Logan 8th, Kev Shearer 9th, and Quinton Moore will round out the top 10 as we wait for the results to become official. And there it is. Seth Cole made it up to 12th, so a much better day for him. Fitzwater got it up to 14th from where he started. Corey Williams, 17th. Some of the guys we saw in the top 10 yesterday. Ace Rogers, 18th. For others, not so much. As it looks
looking
like
down at the bottom of the list, we'll see.
It looks like maybe the last wreck happened between Mills, Andrew Rich, Keith Rich, and Tringali. We'll have to take a look at everything. Sakuli wrecked out at some point, too. But a crazy race from Pukekohe, to say the least. All right, so me and James will be back in a moment to look at all the craziness that unfolded here today. All right, looking at the first incident from the race. This actually starts a little further ahead than where Carter Friesen is. It starts all the way up with Jose Mills and Kev Shear, and it escalates from there. Rob Evans, Friesen, and others getting involved in this. As you see Rich trying to get through from the grass. And Friesen just decided that he was done from this damage he got. Yeah, that's a lot of hood damage. So tough break for Carter there. Finished second in the first race yesterday. DNF here today. All right, we're looking at what happened with Tyler Markle, but right before that, Shelley and McShane get together, and that spins Jonathan Zorlin around. And then presuming something happens here in the hairpin with Markle and Brommer. Tringali's all over the bumper of the 88. And no, it was not the hairpin. Where was it exactly? Maybe coming out of the final corner. As indeed it is. Tringali's going to clip Markle. And oh, Brommer has nowhere to go as Markle gets flipped over.
That was a heavy impact.
Well, James, you're not aware of the flip count, but usually when Vince is here, he's tend to have caused a lot of flips. This time he's not here for the second race, but he was here this weekend, so in my book it's going to count. Alexander Rowe gets clipped right there, and then Brommer just has nowhere to go.
Tough break for Brommer and Markle both.
Man, what an accident, too. That was insane. All right, to the next one. This is what happened to Joshua Sakuli. Was running 32nd, so he wasn't having a good day either. Gets hit by Cole Deaver, who's several laps down. And take it away, James. Tell me what you see here.
It just looks like Deaver got him loose, and then they just couldn't get off each other. And then, boom. And then you see coming up in here, 23 just gets hit, not very hard, but still. That was a tough break for all three.
And that ended Sakuli's day, coming to 2 to go. Looking at what happened with Nico Tringali and Keith Rich, it involved Ace Rogers here. They were racing for 16th. And Ace just tried to make a hole that wasn't really there. Gets into Tringali, and these guys sandwiched together into the tires. Man, look, kicked a 53 right off the ground. Man, that's what happened to them. And then this was happening during the thing. Well, that's already happened. Jose Mills actually got turned here because Rich wanted to go to pit road.
See, what's happening with the teammate there has already gone on, and then this.
Mills hits the guardrail wall hard there. And this was on the white flag lap, actually, because Sakuli was 2 down already. Or it was a lap down already, and Mills was on the lead lap.
And here come the leaders.
Yeah, here come the leaders who aren't really sure what to do here. Gray makes the right call. Nate Rogers actually blocked Colano from maybe getting second there, but that is what happened during this race. And man, thank you again, James, for helping out with the commentating. Thanks again to Vince for showing up at the first race. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, it's just been fun doing this, and then these two races have been pretty exciting. Yeah, it has me wondering what's in store for the rest of the season, especially as the playoffs loom.
Indeed, Indianapolis up next, then Nazareth. Those two tracks are doing experiments as well. Remember, we had the 3X wear that a lot of you guys saw. I thought it was those were an all right stretch. Well, we're doing another quick little stretch with Indian Nazareth. We'll have 4X wear, so we'll have smaller fuel tanks again, and a lot more wearable tires. So I will see you guys all for that in 2 weeks. So enjoy the break, and I'll see you all for Indianapolis.